Down with the King. That is Shaun King, former NFL quarterback, Fox Sports radio analyst, Real Shaun King on Twitter. What's up, Shaun? Happy Friday to you, brother.
What's up, man? How y'all doing?
Doing good. Where you at, in Vegas?
Of course, man.
Running the streets, man. We appreciate you taking some time with us here on this Friday. Rob, you want to go? You want to start?
No. Go ahead.
No. Come on.
Go ahead and ask your first question.
See, no. All right, Shaun. So we've been talking about best player in the NFL, and for us, we both agree it's Lamar Jackson. We got some phone calls. Some people still saying Patrick Mahomes. Just saying that Lamar, man, he's on another level right now, and it's really been starting even last season. But if last season we thought would be his best, he's already elevated. How good has he been? How has he gotten better? How has he found holes in the game that he was been able to fill?
I mean, he does some things sometimes that you just can't coach. And, he's been blessed with that otherworldly talent. I still don't think he scratched the surface of how good he could be throwing the football if he cleaned his fundamentals up some. And that's what's scary. 2 MVPs already. I'll say this about him. Great player, phenomenal talent. They better win it this year.
Why do they better win it? Now, you know what? I hate that talk because nobody said – no. Let me say this. It's so unfair and ridiculous. Everybody tells you Dan Marino's one of the top 10 quarterbacks. He went to the Super Bowl his second year, never went back. Nobody paints anybody like that but Lamar. Why is it? Peyton Manning didn't win his first few years either. Peyton Manning had a terrible, he won winning MVPs. He finally won. Why, if he doesn't win now, can he beat John Elway and win his last 2 years? Why does he have to win this year? I just don't buy into that. I think it's totally unfair. You mean to tell me with that last place defense, if they don't win the Super Bowl, you're blaming Lamar? Come on, Shaun.
Well, don't add words. I'm not on a word count. I can put my own words together and form my own thoughts before I was so rudely interrupted by you.
That's what this show is. I'm rude. I'm sorry.
Hey, I was going to say he better win it this year because the pieces are in place around the league. There is no other dominant team in the AFC. The Chiefs are undefeated, but they don't look unbeatable. I know they've already beat the Ravens in the opener, but it's not one of those years where you've got this mammoth-sized obstacle to overcome. I'm talking from that standpoint.
Shaun, can I give you some history in the NFL, please? How many years did Tom Brady go without winning a Super Bowl after he won one? After he won his third one, how many years did he go by?
Lamar hasn't won.
No. I'm asking you. How many years went by between Super Bowls for Tom Brady? That's all I'm asking you.
I don't know off the top of my head.
It's 9 years. 9 years. So there is. You can win or not win, and you still could win. John Elway couldn't win a Super Bowl to save his life, and he won his last 2 years. All I'm saying is stop using that as like some reason to deflect or not enjoy or look at or acknowledge how well this guy's playing. All the stats. Steve DeSager had a stat. He's doing stuff that nobody's done. Nobody in the NFL.
Well, Rob, I know in your tainted, one-sided world, 2 things can't be true. Well, but I live in a world where 2 things can be true. He can be having a phenomenal season. I can be enjoying the talent. I mean, the elite, once in a decade, once in a generation talent that he is, and still feel like, damn, man, I want him to get a Super Bowl, and boy, look, this needs to be the year they get it.
All right, Shaun, I want to ask.
Both of them can be true.
That's not what you said. You said he better win it this year. That's what you said.
Right. And then you cut me off before I could explain why.
Well, so we get what you're saying. He's got the circumstances fit this year to get that done. Shaun King joining the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Let me throw this at you, Shaun. We had a conversation about the ending of that game. You're the quarterback. You're Joe Burrow. Let's call him, Sean Burrow. You're in that position. You want to go for 2, I'm sure, but do you want somebody, maybe the coach or somebody, say maybe, maybe not, or did they make the right call considering they can't lose that game because they've essentially put themselves where they can maybe only lose one more game the rest of this season to get in the postseason?
Well, I thought 2 things were terribly done in that situation. First of all, if you're going to go for it, go for it. I don't get to trying to draw them offside. Yeah, I would have kicked the extra point because Baltimore had not stopped you. Granted, you hadn't stopped them, but remember, overtime's decided by a coin flip. You could very easily have won the coin flip and gotten the ball first. And the way it was looking, whoever got it first in overtime was probably going to score a touchdown and win it. So that's the number one reason.
That's exactly what I said.
Did you see the personnel group they had on the field for the 2-point play? They were like 2 tight end set. I mean, come on, man. It was bad in every way. Dumb decision by the head coach. Dumb decision by the play caller for the personnel group that was in the game as well.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said you can't afford. If you just go to half, you got a 50% chance of getting the ball in with the coin flip, and you're going to score. They hadn't stopped Joe Burrow all day. So, yeah, we're on the same page with that.
Yeah, I don't get these coaches sometimes. I don't get it. It didn't make any sense.
I would have gone for it, just thinking their defense hadn't been able to stop them for all game. Why not go for it and then put the onus on a kicker making a kick, a bad snap? There's a lot of things that can go wrong. An interception by Lamar late, trying to make a play and trying to get downfield fast. There's a lot of stuff there. I just didn't have a problem with it. I didn't like the play call, but I didn't have a problem with them trying to win the game in that spot. Because I know that Lamar and them in that week 1, had his foot not been on the line and they tied the game in week
John
1, they were going for 2 to try to win the game.
They have a history of
there.
that, though.
Yeah, I felt like this. If you don't make the 2-point conversion, the game's over. If you kick the extra point, it was only like 10 seconds left. So, I mean, it wasn't like Baltimore had a minute to go and try and get in field goal range.
It was about 30-something.
Yeah, I thought it was
38 with a couple timeouts.
With 2 timeouts. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. I thought it was less time than that. Either way, still, I'm kicking the extra point. Right? Yeah. We pay our defense, too, right? They get a check every week.
No, they just didn't show up yesterday. That's
I don't know where. Ray Lewis ain't running through those doors.
Hey, here's what's crazy. The Bengals played lights out the first half. They fell apart in the second half. Like, Lamar had, under 100 yards passing at the half. The Bengals were in total control of this game until Chase Brown fumbled. And that's all it took. Then all of a sudden, the momentum just completely switched, and they had to have a miracle last-second drive to even get down to an extra point or a 2-point field goal. Like, that one was crazy about last night.
Hey, I'm looking at this Steelers-Commanders game, maybe the best game of the weekend. I can't really see another one that would really give it a running. I know Lions-Texans maybe if you want to go there as well. What are you looking at in this game? The Steelers' defense trying to get after Jaden Daniels has finally stopped this young phenom.
Well, I want to pat myself on the back because I said Jaden Daniels was head and shoulders the best quarterback in this class way early. So, I'm happy that I was right. I like being right, just like Rob. That's one trait he has that I have taken I'm very proud of. I will say this. Here's what I'm interested in seeing.
I never pat myself on the back.
Yeah, he's on theme with today.
Right. Pittsburgh added Mike Williams, who was very productive with the Chargers, not so much with the Jets. And they added Adam Thielen, who was very productive last year, has been hurt this year. I'm anxious to see what does that do for that offense. Because Pittsburgh's got a Super Bowl caliber defense. They've got a playoff caliber offense. Not sure if they're Super Bowl caliber yet, but adding those 2 weapons, veteran guys, one that can help downfield, opposite George Pickens, the other Thielen that can find spots, in the zone coverage for third down. I want to see what those additions make the offense look like. Not necessarily this week in their first game, but as we move towards the latter part of the season.
All right. You want to get to those picks? Sean,
absolutely.
Let's get to them.
Hey, Iowa State lost last week for the first time this year in heartbreaking fashion at Texas Tech. It's going to happen again. I'm taking the Jayhawks. Rock chalk Jayhawks to win outright. Oh, we got a big one. It's Bama versus LSU. Nussmeier gets back in the Heisman conversation. I got LSU to win this one as well. So we're going Kansas and LSU this week. See if we can build upon our 2-0 week last week. We're going to put Shekel City out of business, guys.
Shots fired at Shekel City. He is Shaun King. As always, brother, we appreciate it, man. Have a wonderful rest of the weekend, my guy.
Have a great weekend, fellas.
All right, there you have it. Shaun King, again, real Shaun King.